Hello and welcome back. This is Tom Nicknish again from VIVED. I'm covering VIVED Science. This is the tutorial 2. In this tutorial I'm going to cover the author mode, and we'll talk about being able to open a session and then creating your slides and moving between slides, and I'll show you a bit about the slide creation process. So to start here, I'm going to jump to the home menu or the table of contents. I'm going to click on Open Session, go into my session files here, and I have some saved as part of our library, and I'm going to choose the human brain session. I'll go ahead and pop that up, and you'll be able to see here really quickly that in this particular mode I still have my full interactive capability, so I can left click to orient the model, I can right to zoom in and out, and then I can use the front button on the stylus to pull the independent objects apart. Also in this particular mode, the viewer mode, I can iterate between slides because I have done some slide creation within this, and so right away I'm going to just jump into what that means. If I switch over here to author mode, I can see that in this first slide the individual has created a slide around the brain and the brain structure and its size and some information about the neurostructure as well. And that information can be input here, and there is supporting information around different quiz types in here as well. So if I want to do a pick object quiz, I can go ahead and click on here. I can set up a false answer of some sort, add in information about that, and select on the different areas here, and then I can even store a different view to maybe make that individual quiz a little easier to figure out. So if I go back to my quiz mode here and I click back to viewer mode, this is where I can activate the quiz. And so I can go ahead and drop this, and you'll see that I have the labels attached, so that obviously makes it a little easier. So if I pop back to the author mode, I can turn that off. So I can see here where it says labels are enabled, I can turn that off. And then again, I always like to just click store. I feel like that's save for that particular slide. And if I go back in here, you'll notice as I mouse over the individual objects within the scene, they no longer show their label. So that's a lot of the capability on the right hand side here. If I want to change the perspective of the model, I can store that current view, and if you see here, when I iterate between the slides, it'll store that view so that I can showcase that for individual slides. And that's all for now. Next up, I'm going to just showcase the solution more from the viewer mode, which maybe some would call the student mode. So that's next up, tutorial 3. Thanks.